Let's go. What's going on, crypto? Guess what? You and I, we're playing a game that 90% don't even know is doing great. We're winning, my friend. We are winning. No matter what the SEC does, we're winning. Our government is speaking the truth. Let it do it all the right. Come to judgment is coming. Looks like this month. I don't know about this whole Supreme Court deal. You know, I think they're prepared to take summary judgment for the Supreme Court. I think they're prepared. They're making the big fight. They're taking on the big boys, ripple list. These maxi cans recognize the real. Terror. Breaking some big time news. Yeah, all kinds of things. Get into that. We'll get into that. Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Brad Garlinghouse with a very, very telling interview. Hopefully we can play that. This internet is brutal in the Crypto Siege's home. I don't even know what to do anymore. It's brutal in the Crypto Siege's home. Stuart Allegretti talking about summary judgment this month. What's going on with that? What's going on with that? What is this new committee? Is it the Digital Assets Subcommittee or something like that? Got the chief legal counsel from Coinbase attending. That's going to be interesting to see. We all know that that's some political jockeying. We get it, but hey, if it can move the digital asset space forward, why not? Let's put this committee together, subcommittee. Let's put this subcommittee together. If it can move the space forward, why not? We'll see. We'll see how serious they are, or if they're just using this space for political reasons. We'll see. We'll see about that. This computer, I am in, if you are some computer guys, you know some computer guys, gals, I got to figure out, is it a combination of the internet and the Crypto Siege's home with something going on with my laptop? Like, look at this thing. It's not playing. Like, what's going on here? What's going on? Is it the laptop? Is it a combination of laptop and internet? I've been doing some Googling, and this is crazy right now, this buffering stuff when I play a video. Crazy. So is it a combination of both? I think it's a combination of both. Certainly, we all know everybody's doing a lot of stuff from home, Wi-Fi, big challenge. Got to first improve that. I was, Cyborg's in the building. Cyborg is first. What's good? 1XRP is worth 1XRP, indeed. Indeed. I told Miss Crypto Siege, man, I said, baby, I got into some crypto Twitter drama. She said, what happened? What did you do? Well, I was just kind of trying to share some decades of experience on the reality and capabilities of a nation's three-letter entities. And people aren't trying to hear it. Now, I get it. I get it. It's look. There's a couple of things. Civil unrest, not a great thing. Civil unrest, not a great thing to the alphabet group. That's not great. They don't want that. The other thing is overall national security, right? That's it. But they understand emotional assurances. Emotional slant, psychological assurances. right? I get it, right? You get educated on stuff early. Right? I get it. People want emotional assurances. I get it. I get it, Cyborg. So, guys, listen, we're going to get into the numbers because the market is doing what the market does. I think it's down a few percentage points. Go figure. Go figure that the overall digital asset space is down a few percentage points in the last 24 hours. Go figure. Cyborg says true. Hey, look, I'm not going to mess with someone's emotional insurances, right? I'm not going to mess with them. I tried to speak the truth. If they don't understand, they just don't understand the truth. But I'm not going to mess with someone's emotional insurances. You know, I'm going to help them though. I'm going to help them with some stuff that they might not know, like electromagnetic waves. What you doing about that? Here's what I'll say to those who, are relying on the emotional assurances. Right? There isn't a nation that has allowed technology that hasn't figured out a way to circumvent said technology. There isn't a G7 nation that has allowed technology that has not figured out a way to circumvent said technology for the interest or in the interest of national security. It don't exist, and it ain't gonna happen. Pookie. Yeah, so listen, they're working on some stuff. If you go to the Celsius website, you'll see it there, my friend. What's going on, Pookie? Good to see you. If you go to the Celsius website, I don't know if it's Celsius.network or Celsius Network, I don't know what it is anymore. But if you go to that site, we can find out together, I guess. You'll see the flare there. I was going to cover that in the stream today as well. Guys, make sure, hit me up at 50 minutes. Hit me up at 50 or 55. No, 50. Hit me up at 50 minutes because my podcasting cuts off for some reason at 50 something minutes, and then it's not recorded. It's not recorded. That's not good. I don't like that. Let me see if I do this. Let me try something. Cyborg said you hit the nail on the head. Thank you, bro. Cyborg, I took 45 minutes deciding whether or not I was going to tweet some reality for the fam, for the community, for the XRP community. It took 45 minutes just trying to share my experience, which is decades upon decades upon decades in national entities on the federal, the big time level, trying to, and I just wanted to share, the reality of a nation's alphabet group and their capabilities, their capabilities, not if they will or won't do something, not why would they do something. It's their capabilities to do something. And boy, people were not, their emotional assurances got attacked and they were not happy. They were not happy. Let me give you an example. Hey, Keyless, what's going on? The lady at Crypto Check-In. Why, right? So I'm just going to share something for people, just so people understand. Good to see you, Keyless. The lady at Crypto is in. I'm just going to share a little thing about a thing, and you can just kind of go from there. But I think the best way to sum it up is there isn't a nation in the G7 nation that has allowed a technology, right, that they can't figure out and have not figured out a way to circumvent said technology. In other words, if a nation allows a technology to operate in its country they're going to figure out, the nation and the alphabet groups are going to figure out a way to circumvent the technology on the guise of national security. That is a fact. They're not going to let it happen. They're not going to let it happen. What I mean by not letting it happen is they're not going to figure out a way to circumvent that technology. Now they're gonna give you some emotional assurances like national security. But that doesn't change the fact that they're not going to let that happen. They're going to figure out a way to circumvent it. I mean, it's kind of simple. All right. Yeah, right. Let me share something with you guys real quick. Then we're going to get into this Brad Garlinghouse interview. Look, Brad don't have to do these interviews and talk about what the U.S. is not doing. Kevin Land was good, my guy. Good to see you. Like Brad Garlinghouse don't have to do these interviews. Like he don't have to do them. Ripple is straight. Ripple is set. Win or lose that summary judgment. Ripple is set. They are prepared to go to the appellate court. They're prepared to go to the Supreme Court. They're set. They're set. He don't have to do these interviews. Why is he doing these interviews? There's a reason for it. Because he understands there's a big picture. And in my opinion, the suit from Clayton and Hinman, it was about a nation's that is not friendly to the U.S. And then it was carried on and joined in by Gary Gensler and the people that he's looking to appease. Yeah, which is the financial industry here in this nation, which is the banking regulators and finance people. Ripple is a disruptor of a cash cow. Wait, are you kidding me? They're a disruptor. They're sticking a fork in the cash cow, putting a fork in it. But let me share this for those who need the emotional assurances. Let me share something with you. Electromagnetic attack, according to Wikipedia. In cryptography, electromagnetic attacks are side channel attacks performed by measuring the electromagnetic radiation emitted from a device and performing signal analysis on it. These attacks are a more specific type of what is sometimes referred to as Van Eck freaking, with the intention to capture encryption keys. Let me say that again, because there's a lot of people in this community, they have not begun to protect themselves from this, but it exists. These attacks are a more specific type of what is sometimes referred to as Van Eck freaking, which they used to just say freaking back in the day. They used to say freaking attacks, with the intention to capture encryption keys. With the intention to capture encryption keys. Right? So that's one little thing there, right? That's the reason why another form of technology was started, right? Another form of technology was started because you got this whole electromagnetic thing going on, right? So new technology was started, right? A new form of technology, right? Is Faraday bags. Why were Faraday bags created? Because of some other technology, right? So let me ask you something. People got Faraday that some people don't even have them yet. Some people don't have them yet. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I tell people all the time. We want to do our best, put in our best efforts to protect ourselves from the bad guys. Like we want to do our best. We have to do whatever we can to protect ourselves from the bad guys. We got to do it. Right? Got to do it. And one of the things is recognizing that the bad guys are smarter than you and I. If you can kind of accept that, that's good. Now you can just get on to your work of trying to protect yourself from the bad guys. Right? But they're smarter than you and I. The bad guys are second tier to the nation's alphabet groups. Yeah. The alphabet groups are in the habit and business of acquiring talent before they become bad guys. Right? You get that, right? They're in the business of acquiring the talent before they become bad guys. That's what they do. Right. That's what they do. Faraday, good thing to have, in my humble opinion. In my humble opinion, it's a good thing to have. Why? It's another level of protection from the bad guys. From the bad guys. That's protecting yourself from the bad guys. That's your protection. But the nation's alphabet groups are on another level. That's just the way it is. Now, what they do, for example, for emotional assurances, is say stuff like this. We understand that this is a difficult time for everyone. We are here to support you, and we will work together to get through this. We want to assure you that your safety and well-being are our top priority. We are taking all necessary measures to protect you. And I just did a little chat GPT. Give examples of emotional assurances that a government entity would use. Let's go over to the market because this market, oh my gosh, this market is doing what the market does. Let's refresh CoinGecko, see what's going on there. Word on the street is that the market's down 3%. Can you believe it? Keyless, can you believe the market's down 3%? Can you believe it's down 3%? What in the world is going on? Yeah, that says 3.1%. Can I refresh that? Will my internet slant computer madness allow me to refresh? Let's refresh that. Then we're going to get into Brad Garlinghouse in this very, very telling interview. Remember we were saying when that lawsuit was dropped in the last day of Jay Clayton's tenure as chairman at the SEC. When that thing was dropped, we said that people need to get in line. There should be a line. There should be a line of people at the door of Ripple asking, how can we help? We recognize that this is an attack on all of the digital asset space, but that didn't happen. Come on, internet. What the world? Give this some time to refresh here. I don't know what's going on. Oh my gosh. Let's just get out of there. Let's try it again. Bill Meyer. Is it Bill Meyer or Bill Mayer? Oh my gosh. You're calling a certain organization a cult organization. What? That's not great. I gotta be careful, like the words I use on the channel. The channel already has like a shadow ban. I gotta be really, really careful. All right, let's see if this works. It says the total cryptocurrency market cap is 1.07 trillion, Cyborg, down 3.2% on the 7-day, on the 24 hours, I should say. The Bitcoin dominance is at 40.1%. That's just not a great number if you're looking for an alt season. You can't have Bitcoin dominance at 40.1% trying to get an alt season. Not going to happen. Not a great number. Not a great number. I did see Blockchain Backer, however, say that it was like a video. It was like a day or two ago. Blockchain Backer was saying like the bottom was in, according to what he's seeing. Bitcoin is at $22,336. Ethereum is at $1,572. And XRP is trading at 37 cents, 36.8% cents. You know, double figure reds on the 7-day, guys. Double figure reds on the 7 days. That's just the market. Let me see who else checked in. Let's say hey to who else checked in here. Let's do that. Stop the share. I swear this Mr. Connector XRP XXLM. Indeed. Cyborg says, got my legend a steel box wrapped in foil inside a steel safe. I hear you, bro. If the internet ran on XRP, it would at least be faster. Indeed. Indeed. So who else checked in? Kevin Land, Mr. Connector. What's going on, Mr. Connector? How are you? Hope everything is well or swell with you. Hope everything is swell with you. Anyway, that's just kind of my thing there. Again, just trying to help out the fam. Don't need crypto Twitter drama. And by the way, hey, if people don't agree, that's cool. We're still cool. We're still good. Chats, comments in the YouTube, like, no, we're good. Why? Because the person disagrees. We're not good anymore. Nah, that doesn't make any sense. We're good. Now, where's Brad Garlinghouse? Interview in my tab saving. Oh, I think I got it over here on the main one. I'm going to attempt to play this video for you guys. I'm going to attempt it. Shout out to Crypto Eddie. I think she first broke this video a few hours back, maybe even late last night after she brought this video to us from Brad Garlinghouse on her YouTube channel. She broke it, pretty sure. So let me share this. Look, this is a challenge. This is a challenge. Like people think that it's not. Now, if a certain nation, you know, with the flag and got the orange thing circle going on, if a certain nation wasn't involved in the space, not so much a challenge. But when you have a certain nation with a certain kind of, you know, orange and a red thing going on in the flag, that and the US being behind on a thing in which that nation is participating, that's what you call a problem. That's a problem. Why is MetaMask coming up? Brad Garlinghouse said, at Kaylee Lenz asked if the US doesn't get its act together, is all of this crypto going offshore? Brad Garlinghouse said it already is going offshore. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Crypto moving offshore is not good for American innovation. Period. Full stop. Now, we're going to try our luck with this video, guys. I can't promise anything on this video, but we're going to try our luck and see if we can listen to Brad himself. Let's take a listen.
SEC bringing the case against Ripple was not really just a case about Ripple or about XRP. It's really about the industry and how the SEC is kind of playing offense and attacking the whole industry. 2.5 years ago when this started, I'm not sure everyone fully digested that, and now that is widely understood. This is going to be pivotal for the whole industry, because if the SEC is able to prevail, I think there's a lot of other cases, and some of them just in the last 4 weeks, I think they brought 5 additional enforcement cases. The macro headline for me is this is not a healthy way to regulate an industry. Your regulation through enforcement, as opposed to where we're seeing in other countries where they're doing the work, right? They're codifying, they're creating a framework that allows an industry to grow while protecting consumers. And I think that's really what the U.S. is lagging. And to some degree why I'm here in Washington is to continue to try to evangelize and educate. Here's how these technologies can really benefit consumers, benefit industry.
Is what I'm hearing from you essentially, if the U.S. doesn't get its act together and move more quickly, all of this is going offshore. It's just going elsewhere. Well,
it already is. I mean, the sad reality is that the U.S. really is already behind. This is not behind countries that we haven't necessarily heard of. This is behind Australia and behind the U.K., Japan, Singapore, Switzerland. There's a lot of countries that have taken the time and thoughtfulness to create that clear rules of the road. By contrast, when I first got involved in the tech industry in the late 90s, some were saying the internet should be banned. They were saying, like, here's how the internet is being used for illicit purposes. But the U.S. government said, no, we're going to create a framework. And that allowed entrepreneurs, that allowed investors to come in and look at the benefits to the United States on a geopolitical basis to have the Amazons and Googles based and headquartered in the United States. We're at, I think, severe risk of having that not happen in this next evolution of technology around blockchain and crypto. It has already started moving outside the United States. And also, the consumers are suffering because of that, because you don't have the same protections that the U.S. regulatory frameworks can provide.
What would a good framework look like, in your view?
Well, look, I think what you're seeing right now is the Securities and Exchange Commission. If you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. And not everything here is a nail. And I think any framework has to start with clear protections for consumers, but then to thoughtfully understand that these aren't always going to be securities. Some of them are used as currencies. That is, having an efficient process to trade, exchange, move those things would be much harder in a world if they were regulated as securities.
And again, and what Brad is saying here, in my opinion, is when he references and he used the internet as an example, right? I think it's important for us to all understand that the banks and banking regulators did not see the internet as a threat to their cash cow, right? The golden goose. They did not see that, right? Right? But the digital asset space, where there's payments in the form of money, payments and the form of money, this new form of money called Bitcoin. When you get those things in the mix, and then this company comes along and says, Ripple says, we're going to use this technology, we're going to make a better form of Bitcoin, right? And we're going to make a better form of Bitcoin, and we're going to do smart contracts, and we're going to do payments. And when the second that they decided that they weren't going to, massively dominate the smart contract space with Codius, when they made that decision collectively and said, we're going to go down the payments thing. We're going to solve the Nostra Vostra, the 10, 11, $17 trillion challenge that's going on in the banking system, in the corresponding banking model, cross borders, all of that. When they went down that direction, that's when the boys said, the powers that be, right? The banking regulators, top 8-10 banks, they're like, no. Well, what is this thing? What can it do? Can the ledger really move? Can the XRP ledger really move anything of value? Anything of value in 3 to 5 seconds for less than a penny? Can it really do that? Yeah, it can really do that. Oh no. What can we do about this thing? That's what Tim Draper told us. He told us. He said at first they're just like, it's just technology, just like the internet, And then he says they get this kind of rude awakening of the reality of the situation. And instead of opening their arms, they lock their arms. And he said they send their lawyers, they send their people, they pack their lobbyists to do their bidding. This is coming from a multi-billionaire who's in the know, Tim Draper. He told us. That's exactly what they're doing. Exactly. You got to get who, right? We all must understand who kind of rules the world. Right? Just kind of understand that. So it's kind of what it is there. What's going on, Legendary? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. The Blue Wrenches are here. Good morning to you, Legendary, right? So that's kind of reality of the situation. And we kind of got to get that. That's why this Ripple is in the suit that it's in. Thank God. They're prepared to, kind of fight it. This is a big fight. It's hugely important. Hugely important. It really is. What else do I want to share with you guys? I wanted to share with you guys. Oh, the flare thing. Yeah, just let Pookie know. So if you guys were using Celsius Network and you had your flare there, if you go to the website, the Celsius Network website, I don't know if it's Celsius.network, if it's Celsius.com, CelsiusNetwork.com, I can't remember. You'll see your flare there. They're updating the app and doing some stuff. Number one, in preparation for withdrawals for the pure custody and then custody accounts. So they're doing some stuff. They're redoing the loans because they got this process planned for the borrowers on the platform as well. So it's kind of in redoing that app and stuff. That's probably why you were not seeing the flare tokens. Let me see. I'm going to pull up. I think I'm going to just pull up Eleanor Terra's page. I swear, because she has some really good stuff. Let's take a look at this. Stuart Alrighty. Let's take a look at this. Eleanor Terra tweeted this out. So Blockworks did an exclusive interview with, quote unquote, with Stuart Alrighty. Ripple chief legal officer's blunt advice for crypto firms. Get out of the USA. Wow. Exclusive. Ripple's chief legal officer's blunt advice. Stuart Alrighty's blunt advice for crypto firms: get out of the USA. Eleanor said that he also says in his interview, a summary judgment is expected any day. Alrighty said maybe as soon as the end of this month. So that was a maybe. Maybe as soon as the end of this month. I feel like another reason why Brad is kind of out doing the interview thing is maybe this sense or feeling or something that they may not get a judgment in their favor. Maybe that's perhaps why Stuart Alrighty had been tweeting about the Supreme Court. Kind of letting us know that they are prepared for perhaps judgment that's not favorable enough to them, and they're prepared to move it forward, appellate court, summary, all the way to SCOTUS, right, the Supreme Court. So that could be possibly what they're doing, is preparing us all for that. Yeah, it could be. Ellen Terra tweeted this out as well. I had a great conversation today with INX Group about the procedure they went through to get registered with the SEC. They did an IPO with an F1 prospectus, an IPO. They told me the entire process, which started in 2018, took 953 days and cost around $2 million in legal fees. So when Gary Gensler says come in and register, this is an example of the time and the cost that comes with doing so. She has a parenthesis here, although 5 years later, legal fees could be steeper than the $5 million that INX had to begin to pay in 2018. Who can do that? Who can afford to get that kind of stuff done? IPOs and ICO is the starting up of a company. I also learned that right now, says Eleanor Terrett, that right now there are a handful of companies polling through the register or Reg A registration process, and some companies are choosing to file Reg D or Reg S registrations, which are not reviewable by the SEC, but only allow you, here it is, the game plan, but only allow you to engage accredited investors. Not the general public. So again, the real war, like we say on this channel all the time, is for you and I, because we have chosen to walk out of their liquidity pool, right? The banking liquidity, the financial banking liquidity pool, which involves not just the bank that you walk into, but the traditional financial products around that, right? Right. So your local job 401k, they don't own that. They're not the owners of the 401k, right? They don't own it. Just to let you know. They provide the service to you, but they don't own it, right? So you and I would choose to walk away from that. And they complained on stage, the banking regulators complained on stage how everyone was leaving their banks and beginning a journey down a digital asset space. And they had to do something about it. One of the ways is this Reg D or Reg S thing. Well, now you wipe out 98% of the liquidity pool and only provide, INX, by the way, is a crypto firm, only provide a service to the 1 or 2%. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see the game plan? This is why Brad just keeps harping on the SEC, right? Keeps harping on the SEC. Gary Gensler was privately selected. Who do you think selected him? Do you think that the dude just puts in a text request, email request to become chairman of the SEC? You think that's just a text request, an email request to get on the list? No, those dudes are privately selected, ushered to the front of the room of the current administration or any POTUS administration, right? To do their bidding. That's how it works. Then you go in and you play the game and you hoodwink the people who give you the official approval, which is Congress. You just hoodwink and bamboozle them. Tell them everything they need to know, right? Perhaps it's even as scripted like Senator Elizabeth Warren did with Gary Gensler. Perhaps it's even a script as well. If she's done it once and she got busted on it, what makes you think she hasn't done it before whenever Gary Gensler had to say something to Congress? Right? That's just kind of reality of what it is. Right? That's the reality of what it is there. Reg D and Reg X, S as in Sierra, so that only right? That's what it seems like you're trying to do. Again, hey, we can, if the bank and financial industry, I mean, the SEC guy tells you this. I mean, unless you listen to Mr. Jackson, he tells you about the power of the banking financial industry. He talks about it to who was it? I forget the guy's name, but I'll share that video with you as well. Let me see. He talks about the power that they have and what they're doing in Congress. Take a listen. This is a really good listen to here.
Transparent part of the stock market. And that functions with, as Citadel themselves wrote in a memo.
Let's play this from the beginning.
And I got to say, John, whatever you want to say about the SEC, when they go outside the lines, the regulated finance industry has really good lawyers. And by the way, not for nothing, but some of their lawyers used to work at the SEC, and
many of them.
Absolutely. And these guys go into
terrible podcasters, terrible. Anyway, I guess I'm just not going to try and play this thing. But he was saying about the fact that, and one of the financial industry, right, banking stuff, all that, it's not regulated. It's not well regulated, and the reason why it's not well regulated is because they have the money and the political power to stop the regulating, whether it be the SEC or the CFTC or whatever it is. And that's why Ryan Selke's idea of getting together a group and putting the money behind this digital asset space is the move right now, because right now that's the way the game is, right? Flare Finance. Okay, so RC, what's going on, bro? Good to see you. Morning, Siege. I think the Flare Finance news making Casino Coin a DeFi Y asset is pretty big for Casino Coin. Will unleash significant utility. Well, that's great to hear. That is really, really good to hear. Shout out to Casino Coin. Flare Finance. I haven't been paying much attention to Flare Finance. It feels as though, they've kind of gotten over the little drama that they had with, bad associations. Seemed like they kind of got over that, and they've been, with their head down, kind of putting in work. So, I wish the Flare Finance people the best of luck there. Pookie says she's been doing this. She just got caught this time, 1000%. And she still has a job. There you go. That is exactly right. So hopefully we got everything clear there on what nations, entities, and alphabet group people can do, not whether or not they will do it or why would they do it, but their ability to do a thing. Hopefully we cleared that up. For some, I get it. If you want emotional assurances, I got you. You're good. So Brad Garlinghouse's interview, interesting stuff. What can we do about that? Is take up the fight, right? Ripple has chosen to take up the fight. Coinbase still won't align with Ripple. But hey, if they're trying to do something, They're trying to do something. So I still think that coming together is the best route. I still think an idea like Ryan Selke's, where they come up with 100 million per year. And he was saying that basically that would be 23 and 24, 2023 and 2024, until we get a different administration in office. Because everyone knows this is a certain side of the aisle that has been less paid for or bought up, whatever you want to say, than the other. There's a side of the aisle that's more favorable towards the digital asset space than the other. That's just the facts. And it's not a zero-sum thing. It's not all or nothing. It's not all of a certain aisle is in favor, and it's not all of the other side of the aisle that's not in favor. But in terms of a majority, vast majority, is on one side of the aisle. That's kind of reality of where we are. I wonder if Brad Garlinghouse is in town in DC for this subcommittee thing. If he is, he's early, because I think it's not going to happen until like March 8th or 9th. I think that's the word on the street. March 8th or 9th is supposed to happen. Wow, I can't believe this video right now is talking about something or sharing is so far behind. Let me see something. Like, it's way behind. Way, way behind. So maybe he is in town for that. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think he's in town for that? Just the digital asset subcommittee put together by some. Now, remember, this subcommittee is made up of both people from both sides of the aisle, I should say. Yeah, this digital asset subcommittee is made up of people from both sides of the aisle. So that's, got to give credit where credit is due. Let's see if this will load up here. I'm going to Studio YouTube and upload these analytics, because I think I need to. Man, oh man, look at how long this thing takes to load. It's just terrible. And that to me is, I don't know if that's internet or not. But so I don't know. Do you guys think that's what he's in town for? He said he was in DC on an interview there. That seems like a long time to be in DC. So maybe not. Now, according to the YouTube streaming software, it says the connection is excellent. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. We always like to strive for getting just as many likes as we have viewers in the stream. So if you guys are hanging out, if you would do me a favor and hit that like button, we want to get the channel out to more people hanging out on YouTube that don't understand that there are certain entities that don't want you and I to win financially. We got to let them know. We got to educate them, because we need a new 1% for sure. Big Will, what's going on, bro? Good to see you. So guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. And if you're hanging out watching, please consider subscribing to the channel. And please don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to make sure everything is good here. Hit the edit button. I think I should be okay. Public audience. Is that where I do it? I guess that's not where I do it. Got to turn that thing on, right? So there we are. What's going on, Face Stamper? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. So there it is, guys. I want to I'll make sure I put that on there. Make sure I share this as well. And it's really, really good to see each and every one of you today. I do want you guys to understand that we're still, no matter what, we're blessed. No matter what the alphabet group can do, we're blessed because we're early. We are early adopters in this new asset class that's called the digital asset space. And we are playing a game that 99.99% of the masses don't even know is being played. And if you own digital assets, you're winning. If you come to this space every day to level up your IQ on XRP, you're winning. If you come to this space every day to level up your overall digital asset space IQ every day, you're winning. If you come to the space to level up, how many people have leveled up their IQ in the traditional finance space just from being involved in crypto? You're winning. If you know a little bit about DeFi, you're winning. If you hold some assets, top 10, top 20, you're winning. If you know the madness that is a mutual fund, you're winning. If you know and are aware about the fees associated with your 401k and your TSP, if you're aware of them, you're winning. Right? We're winning. Big John, good morning from Kentucky. Oh, wow. Good morning, Big John. I didn't know you were checking in from Kentucky all this time. Appreciate you being here. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button if you haven't done so on the way in. It helps with the algorithm on YouTube. And again, it helps when we get that like button, hit it, or smash, hit it. I really just to say that, hit it. If you get that like button smash, it helps with the algorithm of YouTube to get the channel out to more people. Because I'm telling you, there are people hanging out on YouTube watching some interesting videos, right? Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, right? And they perhaps don't know about this new asset class that's being built right underneath their noses. So you can do your part and hit that like button. That definitely helps with getting this channel out to more people, for sure. Definitely appreciate that, guys. Appreciate you guys being here. If you got any questions, you guys got like 5 minutes. If you any questions you want to ask of the Crypto Siege, I can cover those questions for you without question. Let me see if we got any questions in the channel. Hey, here's the thing that I'm looking at a couple of things while you guys get your questions in there. I'm looking at whether or not we should even cover XEN.network. I'm considering it. The Zen token. There's a token that you can mint for free, has an 8 to 10 year strategy in the value of that token. Interesting thing. And I'm also looking at Lambda. I don't know. I don't know about Lambda. I don't know. I don't know about either one of them. But I am kind of going over those to see if that's something that would be viable to the channel. I would encourage you guys for sure to check out Blur, BLUR.io. It's looking promising for snatching up some of that market share from OpenSea. And if we're early to it, that's a pretty good deal. If we're early to it, that's a pretty good deal. Oh, wait a minute. Are you telling me I could have done this all the time? Why is that not showing? Oh, it's not. Why is it not? I can't click on it. Oh my gosh. But anyway, so yeah, I'm waiting for some questions to come up, but we're early to it. I think Blur, again, I just think BLUR.io, I think it has a really great chance to snatch up market share from OpenSea. NFT space ain't going away. It may pivot. It may pivot from JPEGs to passes, and from passes to memberships to verification for insurance and real estate. But NFTs aren't going away. Non-fungible tokens aren't going away, right? And so that space ain't going away. So if we can be early to something that might disrupt the number one platform right now, which is OpenSea, it might be, after doing your homework, it might be something viable for you to put your hard-earned, dirty, nasty fiat. It might be. It really might be. What's going on, Face Stamper? It's good to see you, man. So I wanted to clear it up for you guys for sure. I hope we got everything cool. I'm good. I'm good on crypto Twitter. It's all love. It's just because you and I go back and forth on a thing doesn't mean that it's not all love. It's all love. We're good. Yes, Face Stamper, I do. I do. Face Stamper says, you still think the bottom of the market is not in? I do. I think the bottom of the market is not in. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Thank you, Big John. I was doing all that talking for nothing. Yeah, so Face Stamper, I don't think that the bottom is in. I know that blockchain backer, did a video a day or two ago, maybe even 3 days ago, said he didn't think that it was in. So sorry about that, guys. I forgot that I had muted. So, and I'm kind of taking my my lead, if you will, on the market from my guy Gareth Soloway. He's been really accurate in the space, in the digital asset space, come from the stock background and trading. So yeah, that's kind of I'm taking his lead. But blockchain backer, very well respected. I learned a ton from him. I got his course, learned a ton from him. He believes the bottom's in. So all we can do is kind of prepare for where you think, and kind of wait and see. So I have been preparing in for what I think, and which means I've been looking for the 90% to 97, 90% to 99% from all-time high assets, and just putting 100 to 200, 50 to 200 in them. That's kind of been my play. So any other questions, guys? All right, cool. Look, don't forget that we're early, guys. We can never take that for granted. Much respect to you guys for showing up every day to level up your IQ on XRP, on the digital asset space as a whole, on traditional finance. It's right. It's important to know, because ignorance is not bliss. It's not bliss. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is devastation. Hey, we gotta know, as my mentor would say. Yeah, Face Stamper, that's what BC Backer said that it was in. So I guess we're gonna see, right? We're going to see. Well, there was some people on Twitter, Big Will. Big Will asked the question, what did you say, or what were you saying about Celsius and Flare? So there were some reports on Twitter that people were not seeing their Flare tokens anymore. You know how they, on the Celsius platform, they digitally inputted the total amount of Flare that you would be eligible for based upon your XRP holdings. Where people were not seeing that on the app. And so my guy let me know, and let the crypto Twitter world know as well, that if you go to the website, if that's celsius.network.com, I don't know if it's celsiusnetwork.com, whatever it is, if you go there, you'll see it. What has been happening with Celsius is they have been updating the app in preparation for releasing tokens to people who are in pure custody, slant custody, and for preparation for the reorg slant new company and that bidding that's going on. So they have been updating and updating the app, because I remember at one time it was showing my loan and I'm like, that's not right. Those numbers aren't right. And so when I checked yesterday, that was actually updated as well. So they did update that. Just a little heads up, or FYI, this new plan is moving forward in terms of this new company, what it's going to look like in terms of more potential bidders or continuing that bidding process. That's still happening. So a little bit of good news on the loan front. If you're someone who had a loan at Celsius like myself, the initial proposal, or the 1A of the initial proposal, is now coming up with rates. Before there were no rates, what was a 1% loan going to be in the future if you wanted to continue your loan or redo your loan? What was the 33% loan rate going to be, right? The 33% LTV. What was that going to be? What was the 50% LTV loan rate going to be? So they came out with some initial numbers. So that's good to know. 7.5% is the lowest, and it can go as high as, I think, 14.5%, something like that. But it is an opportunity to continue your loan and not lose all of your collateral. So it's going to be an opportunity to. She didn't check, Big John. She didn't check. When we were driving yesterday, I tried to get her to check on her phone, but she didn't have service. I was on an AMA, though, for pure custody. And a guy said that he withdrew it and he put it on his ledger. And I hope that he gets a Faraday back. And I hope he puts it in a steel safe. And I hope he puts the steel safe somewhere. But he said that he was able to withdraw it. But this guy was a quote unquote pure custody guy. And pure custody is, for some strange reason, you were not aware of Celsius Network until after they set up what's called custody accounts. It's because it used to just all be earn accounts or yield accounts. So you weren't aware of that until they came up with this custody accounts, and you heard Alex saying how it's safer than a bank and all this other kind of madness that he was saying. You can get all this kind of money what the banks ain't giving you, and you took your dirty, nasty fiat, you turned it into Bitcoin, and you just put it directly into the custody account, and you never put it in the earn account. That is called pure custody. And pure custody people were able to, yesterday, day before, take it off of Celsius and put it into wherever they wanted to put it. What we have done is started the transfer process because we believe that her crypto is not pure crypto. It's not pure custody, excuse me, it's custody. Custody is when the transfer and when the custody accounts got started, you had your stuff in Earn, you took it off of KuCoin, you put it in Earn, and then you heard about the custody thing and you put it in custody before the petition date, before the bankruptcy date. That's just called regular custody. And those people will have I believe, another date in which they're able to take their custody off of. But the pure custody, from what I understand, was able to do it a day or two ago. I don't think that the other kind of custody is able to, but no, Miss Crypto Siege has not done that. But let me reach out to her and see if she can try it now. Can you check to see if your crypto showed up? Please. And we'll see if she can. We'll let you guys know about it. So that's kind of where we are with that, Big John. I did try to get her to check it yesterday, but she wasn't getting a great signal, so she wasn't able to do it. She wasn't able to do it, but hopefully that's kind of ready to go. So that's kind of the front, if you will, the news on what's going on with Celsius. It's becoming more and more promising in terms of trying to get the best that we can out of it. Obviously, I'm not able to do that because the pure custody thing was, custody as a whole was $7,575 in total crypto. So that would, right, I would not be in that group. So 7,500 or less, 75 or less. So I would not be in that. And I had a loan. So both of those cases put me in a situation where I cannot withdraw, whether it be custody or pure custody. So dealing with, getting a haircut, getting whatever that haircut's going to look. If I had 100 Bitcoin, it's most likely going to be 50, maybe even as low as 30, maybe even as low as 30. So it's kind of where that is there. My most important thing, though, I got to tell you, be frank with you guys, my most important thing is the loan and the collateral in that loan, and being able to get back 85 to 90% of that collateral, because it looks like they're trying for loan people to take a 50% loss on their collateral. So that's kind of where that is, which sucks, because if you're in both places, you take the hit both ways. If you're in Earn and you have a loan, you're getting hit both ways. If you have, even in the custody one, not pure custody, but even in the custody one where you were in Earn and you put it in custody, you're still taking a hit there as well. So get kind of like the double and the triple whammies on that stuff there. So that's kind of where we are with that. Shout out to Ellen of Terror. Appreciate you sharing. Shout out to the XRP community as a whole. Look, it's okay if we disagree on a thing or two. I still love you. I'm a God-fearing dude. I still love you. We are all good. We're absolutely 100% still good. So I'm going to wait a minute or two for see if another question pops up here in this chat. And then we're going to head off. What we got going on here? Appreciate you guys being here for sure. So that's the news in the front on Celsius. I don't think there's anything to cover. Oh, no. Any of you guys look into BLUR? Did you look into Blur? Keyless, did you look into Blur? Legendary, have you looked into Blur, BLUR? Any thoughts on Blur? I just think if you can go up against the one and snatch up some, which is OpenSea, and snatch up some of that market share, and if we're able to participate in a thing early, I don't know. In the crypto Caesar's home, that feels like an opportunity. That feels like an opportunity. Let me see what's going on with the Blur asset. Let's see what's going on with the asset. BLUR. Interesting that it's number 144. It's not really that far, the top 100. 73 cents now. Whoa. I think I may be up 50% already. Now, this is saying that it's down 19.5% in 14 days, 25% in 7 days. Okay, so the all-time low is 48. It's 49% from its all-time low. It's not bad. That's not bad. All-time high just happened because this thing just launched. $5.02. So let me do this. The chart is not the best in the world. Yeah, charts. Okay, that's the chart. Well, let's see. I did the max. Okay. That's an interesting looking chart. If you're a chartist, let me share this chart with you. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me if this is a good chart or not. And I'm hanging out a little bit because I want to see if you guys have any questions. Oh, wait a minute. I was supposed to share. I'm supposed to share. Let me share. Take a look at this chart. I mean, this is what my guys do. This is what DIY, do it yourself. And this is what what's the other guy's name? High altitude investing. This is what they do. I take a look at these charts here. Now, DIY will go more fundamental than high altitude investing would do. High altitude investors, he's just on the chart, period. He ain't looking in the fundamentals. If he is, it's very little. But that's the chart right there. Now, this thing seemed like it just launched, man. So, like, it just launched in February. Like the 14th, Valentine's or something like that. So this thing just launched. It went up to $5. Of course, you know how that stuff goes. But that's the chart. And to me, that's 70 cents to $5 is 7-ish X to all-time high. 85% down from its all-time high. You know, I kind of like to be the 90% to 99%, you know, so maybe give the chart a few days or you know, a week or so or a few weeks to see if it gets in that 90% range. But that's a chart right there. Again, I just think it's a big time competitor to OpenSea. Like, you know, that's the word on the street. It's a big time competitor to OpenSea. And if they can snatch up market share, who knows? Who knows? What if they overtake? You don't know. But if you got an opportunity, you know, that's kind of how I looked at it. That's why I ended up getting some Blur. But I only did a little bit, $100 maybe worth. And I'm waiting for this chart to kind of get to that 90%-ish from all-time high. That's kind of what we're doing here. All right, Legendary, let me know. Legendary says, I haven't yet. Definitely will now. Definitely. All right, cool. Let me know what you find, bro. Let me know what you think. Pretty active Twitter. I'm not hanging out on Discord. I can't deal with the Discord stuff, but pretty active Twitter as well. All right, guys. Well, no more questions. So I'm gonna hop off. Thank you so much for checking in this morning. I really appreciate each and every one of you being here. Big John, Legendary, the Big Whale, Face Stamper, the real Big Whale. Appreciate you guys being here. RC and Pookie, Keyless. Appreciate you being here. Cyborg and Kevin Land, we appreciate each and every one of you being here. Listen, guys, I'm going to end this video, wrap up this stream like I do all my streams. I love sharing this. Love sharing this with you guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm going to end this one like I do all my live streams and remind you guys of this. Money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel. Our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you Dang it. Come on, internet. Has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it. Go get it. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.